Okay ba dito? Ganyan? Ano yan kay Gerald? Ano yan? Lato. Uy, maungong! Okay. Ay, nga. Pakain ako. Narito lakpak. Si Tito GB to. Si Tito GB. Pwede ba? Ano to? Saan yung isa, Kuya Gerald? Saan yung isa? What the heck? Saan yung isa, April? Angela! Beto. Papi, papi, pop! Oh my God, man. Papi, papi, pop! Oh my God. Papi, papi, pol! Papi, papi, pol! Okay, looks like... Eh, makapangalita kami. Siksik kami. Ginamo, please. Maya na nga yan. Titigim lang ako ng isa. Ha? Titigim lang ako. Yeah. Diba? Sabi ko sa'yo. Pangit mo. Ano sinabi mo? Nagre-record ako. Pangit ka. How dare you say that? Hi, guys.
I'm predicted to get Day 3, he's going to be running out of milk, and he's going to strike up a deal with nearby farmers and get milk every morning.
A Roman soldier takes one bite, he freezes. He buys 10 more to give his whole family diabetes. Right. By sunset, Rome is covered in chocolate wrappers. Day 3.
How are they covered in chocolate wrappers? I didn't see no chocolate wrappers.
The city is addicted. The demand only grows.
They got on their knees immediately?
Comes to you. He asks you to make a batch for the whole army before training.
Ooh.
They want the sugar rush during training. By midday, you run out of milk, so you walk over the river Tiber to strike deals with farmers. You now have fresh milk every morning.
I would have never guessed!
No code needed. No 3D animation required.
AI game maker. Just with a few prompt lines, and boom, you can try games made by others too.
First, I need to hear this, so that will be almost
I would have never guessed! Wow! Unbelievable! Nah! Is Socrates pulling up too?
You see that someone...
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Imagine America became a part of China. Stealing. You get closer and catch the thief. It's fucking Socrates stealing your shit. He says...
Yo, here comes the thug, Socrates! Why is he looking dead into the camera? Socrates, you know we're watching, but how do you know that?
He can explain and tries to ask you his bum-ass question.
Is it your power that makes the Dubai, or is the Dubai making you?
You've had enough. You tie him up in the streets as an example to not steal. That should show him. Month 1. Kunafa is known across the empire. Rome imports cocoa everywhere now. Senators eat your chocolates during debates. Markets don't smell like piss anymore. They smell like melted chocolate. Rome becomes the chocolate
That's so
capital
much
year
better.
1. You're the richest person in Rome. You run your own chocolate factory and workers. Rome no longer runs on...
You run your own chocolate factory. Do you even know what that means?
On bread and rotten.
You are the only American left. You must reconquer the state. California as your initial base. You should gather resources and then take over the enemy's buildings and recapture your former tiles and territory.
Hi bro,
To
this
unlock
guy
the
is
state,
ugly.
you should capture all
Nandito
the
kami
buildings.
sa Japan yun.
The further you progress, the more complex
Oh
and
my
technologically advanced the buildings become. Well, it's time to conquer Washington. Download States Builder today.
A nuclear winter has occurred, and we are endeavoring to restore America.
Hi guys! Hello.
It runs because of you. You didn't just sell chocolate.
Why do you have Hello Kitty slippers on? You didn't just sell chocolate to Rome? Let me guess. You sold them a culture!
You brought diabetes to Rome.
Dang it!
Hi.
Imagine America became a part of China. You are the only American left. You must reconquer the states with California as your initial base. You should gather resources and then take over enemy's buildings and recapture your former tiles of territory. To unlock the state, you should get to the main building and capture it. The further you progress, the more complex and technologically advanced the buildings become. Find out how to break that wall and free all the states. Download States Builder today.
Bro, I thought I was gonna lock in. Thought I had it. Yo, Socrates. Is getting hoed.
What if a UFC fighter woke up in ancient China? Day 1, you open your eyes on dirt. A monk in simple robes stands over you and says,
yeah, you
train.
him.
You're 205 pounds of creatine and pre-workout.
Nah, yeah, blick that monk.
He's 5'7", lean, raised on rice and repetition, and has been practicing forms since he was 7.
I do not care. Blick him.
Show off. He doesn't know what a flex is. He thinks you're high. Day 2, you throw a perfect jab cross. He shifts his stance, sweeps
Yo, AI boxing. This is the nastiest
your leg,
thing I've ever
and you
seen.
hit the ground.
Bro, they have training techniques that are thousands of years old. Clearly, they're not efficient. A UFC fighter is taking him down, bruh. He's taking him down easily. What are we talking about? Come on, no, let's be for real, guys. Let's be for real.
Before you understand what happened, his palm stops inches from your throat. In the UFC, you had 5-minute rounds. Here, there are no rounds. This ends when someone can't get back up.
I'm taking the UFC fighter. I'm taking any athlete nowadays over somebody from 1,000 years ago or 500 years ago.
Day 3, you ask for protein. Instead, they place one single grain of rice in your hand as your meal. You now understand why monks don't feel pain. You stare at the grain. You miss In-N-Out burgers. Day 5, a real test. No cage, just a courtyard and a circle of silent students. These men walk forward without trash talk. The man next to you whispers, balance. You whisper back, where's the referee? He doesn't know what that is. Day 7, the master asks if you want to stay. You were a champion in your era. Here, you're mid.
Bro, a UFC fighter would not be mid. This is, what type of rage bait is this? Gotta be rage bait. See, that's what I'm saying.
What if a modern engineer went to ancient Egypt?
Oh, what would happen?
You wake up in the desert, thousands of workers dragging stone blocks with ropes. You watch for less than a minute. It's inefficient. Day 2, you gather material. You build
You gather material. How did you gather material? Let me know, where did you find the trees at? Where did the logs come from?
One stone lifts with a fraction of the man.
You're telling me you built that in a day by yourself?
The overseers stop shouting. Workers stop straining. The block moves smoother than it ever has.
How? I'm not seeing it move smooth at all.
Guards escort you through massive gates. You stand before Khufu. You demonstrate your system. The weight rises cleanly.
I just realized with the blueprints that he's demonstrating, when did you get pen and pencil to write down your blueprints?
You are given control over the construction of the pyramids. Day 4, you reorganize everything. Ramp angles adjust.
He's walking around with Tim's, man. You like, bro, no one's questioning his attire.
Labor divided into rotations. Measurements standardized. Output increases. The pyramid starts rising faster than planned.
I just kissed my ex from 9 years ago. We ran into each other, and we're just going to grab a quick dinner.
Brother, I know one. I understand. I watch my YouTube.
I ended up at her place.
No longer depends on you. It depends on what you're eating. At dinner,
I'm
you
done
get given
holding
wine
back.
that tastes weird. You wake up in the desert, burning lungs. Day 7,
they drugged
you lie
you?
there. The pyramid keeps rising. Your
They
name never
drugged
does.
you. Wow. At least we didn't have to see Socrates. Look on the bright side. You know what I mean? DD Informer. You're an interesting character, man.
When the alarm went off, the stone dropped straight onto his head, killing him instantly.
This gotta be top 10 dumbest ways to die, right? Let's see what Zach D Films got for us.
When you get stitches, a doctor threads a needle through your wound and pulls it tight to close the skin.
Okay.
As the stitches hold the edges together, the wound becomes inflamed as new cells begin to repair the tissue. Afterwards, connective tissues and collagens start to create skin. Then, blood vessels form to nourish these developing tissues, filling in the area. And over a few weeks, the wound will have healed together and the stitches are removed.
It's just like that up and close and then the sound effects. I don't know. I just hate wounds. I hate looking at wounds, bro.
If you get a splinter, most people just go ahead and pull them out.
Should you
but
not?
Sometimes they get lodged so deep into your skin that you can't reach them. If the area gets infected, it will start to swell as pus forms under the skin.
I hate
this
pus.
creates pressure around the splinter.
I've never had
that
one
can
that's going to do that
sometimes
before.
push it upwards towards the skin's surface.
Oh.
And if you're lucky, after a certain period of time, your body could have completely removed it from your skin.
That actually explains a lot, because I feel like I've had a few splinters get stuck in my body. I'm like, there's no way it's just gonna stay in there, right? Like I'm looking inside myself and I'm like, there's no way, right? Like you're gonna come out like, cause I'm not about to dig into my skin to get it out. So I'm praying my body just does it by itself.
Have you ever noticed how odd the McFlurry spoon is? Well, some people think it's supposed to work like a straw, but you only have to try.
Do y'all think this is a McDonald's sponsorship? Because if it did wonders for it.
If you shot a bullet at ancient armor,
It's going right through that
think
thing.
it could actually stop the impact.
No,
But
it's
armor
not.
Like chainmail was designed to block slashing swords.
Exactly.
And plate armor was even better at deflecting strikes.
Chainmail is good at blocking slashing sword. So why does it not do extra block damage against the zombies in Minecraft when they have swords? Like that's what it's supposed to block, but it's not doing that.
By spreading the blunt force across more area, lessening its impact. But these materials weren't very good at stopping arrows,
No, they
which
got
had enough energy to enter the armor. So a bullet would have no trouble going right through.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew that. Because one thing about me and y'all is that y'all learned from me how to be extremely intelligent, right? I have taught y'all well enough to understand that a bullet is not getting stopped by that many things, especially ancient armor. They were having problems with muskets. Like, they were having problems with arrows. Come on now.
The kidnapper tried to cover her mouth, but she bit him and he let go. She ran screaming while the man chased after her through the backyard.
It's a very feminine looking man.
Her 13-year-old brother heard the noise and grabbed his slingshot.
He just had a slingshot on the ready?
The man once in the head, and then again in the chest.
Ain't no way, bro.
Him down just enough for her
He's
to
not a
get away.
marksman.
When officers found him, he had visible injuries
That's
from a
cap.
slingshot
That man's not a marksman, bro. He a sniper now? Okay. All right.
If you were pregnant with 10 babies at once,
What
your
the
belly would stretch to the size
Oh
of a
my
giant
gosh!
baseball. Inside, the babies would weigh over 60 pounds.
When do they
and the
start eating each
placenta would
other?
add another
60 pounds of pure stomach?
10. Your body would have to produce 5 times more blood than usual just to keep them alive. This means you would need to force down around 17 burgers a day just to get enough calories. If you tried to give birth, the babies would end up choking each other with their umbilical cords into a tangled mess.
Bro, if they don't tee up and take those umbilical cords off themselves, y'all been living together for how long and y'all don't know how to take the umbilical off? Like, babies are just so useless.
Break time na! Sarap ng merienda with Mang Inasal Extra Creamy Halo-Halo.
Experience banking services that put you first at RCBC. Awarded Best Bank for Customer Service. RCBC, partners for your passion, partners through generations.
They're just so useless, man.
If you take the $10 million,
That snail is not crossing the ocean that fast. It's a snail. For a snail to cross the ocean, that's like all my years of life and then 10 times my lifespan.
it doesn't age.
Bro, if that snail somehow crosses the ocean and gets to me, bro, I'm giving it a high five. Like, I just have to shake his hand. How long would it take a snail to cross the ocean? It would take approximately 21,000 days, which is equivalent to 59 years. And that's just to cross the ocean. Guess what? Once I'm on my 58th birthday from doing the snail thing, I'm like, oh, it's almost crossed the ocean by now. Let's go to America. Like, come on, bro. I'm good. How long would it take for a snail to go coast to coast of America? Okay, it would take a snail about 10 years to go coast to coast. That's actually a lot faster than I thought it would be. Okay. You could go a decade in Cali, then a decade in New York, then a decade in Arizona, then a decade in the Carolina, then a decade, you know, just go back and forth a decade, every decade, which isn't bad at all. What, you have to travel like 5